Good day, students. Welcome to math.serve.com. In this clip, we're going to be going over how to apply the law of cosines and sines in our virtual trigonometric text series. All right, the instructions are as follows. We are to solve the triangle with the given measures below. All right, so let's say we have little c is equal to 28, big B, angle B is 87 degrees, and little a is 17. All right, so to get us started, we're going to give ourselves a visual of the situation, basically draw a triangle, and then we're going to label the triangle appropriately. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw the triangle. Now, the way you draw the triangle doesn't really matter, but the manner in which you label is extremely important. Alrighty, so let's say we have, this is triangle B, let's call this B, and this is big C, and let's call this big A. Alright, if this is big C, then this is automatically little c. If this is uppercase A, this side right here is little a, and this side is little b because it's opposite big B. Alright, so the way you label your triangle is very important. Alright, so this is 87 degrees. Little c is 28. Little a is 17. So what does it mean to solve the triangle? To solve the triangle basically means that you have to solve for all the angles and sides that are not known. In this particular case, we need to find big C, little b, and big A. Alright, so let's look at the triangular situation that we have here. In this situation, we are given a side, an included angle, and a side. So two sides and an included angle. So this can be considered an SAS situation. So something that you want to remember is the difference between when to use the law of sines and when to use the law of cosines. So let's go over that real quick. Law of cosines. You use law of cosines when you have two sides and an included angle SAS, or three sides SSS given. Okay, so if you have SAS or SSS, the formula that you use is the law of cosines. All right, when do you make use of the law of sines? Let's take a look at that. Well, you make use of the law of sines when you have two sides and an angle, as long as the angle is non-included, or if you have two angles and a side. That's when you use the law of law of sines. Okay, so law of sines applies to SSA scenario, angle side, two angles and a side, or angle side angle. All you need is an angle and a side that are opposite to each other given, and one angle or one side in order to use the law of sines. Alright, the law of cosines is just SAS like this, or side, side, side. Alright, so let's start by writing down the formula that we need to use for this. The law of cosines has three different formulas. Depending on the angle that you're given in an SAS scenario, that is how you know the right formula to use. Alright, so in this particular case, we have to find big B, little b, because we're given A and C and big B. And that tells us what formula to use. The formula we're going to use is the variation of the law of sines. Let's write down the formula. The formula is b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine big B. Alright, there are three of them like I indicated earlier. Let's take a look at them real quick. So the law of cosine formulas are, you have a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine big A. Or the one we just wrote, b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine big B. Or the last one, c squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine big C. Alright, so depending on what angle you're given in an SAS scenario, that's how you know the correct formula to use. So we're given big B, that's why we selected this formula. Alright, let's go ahead and substitute. If we make our substitution of the known values into this formula here, we'll have b squared equals a squared is 17 squared plus c squared, 28 squared minus 2 times 17 times 28 cosine big B is 87 degrees. Okay, so we'll go ahead and plug that into our calculators, the right side of the equation. So let's go ahead and do that. So if we plug it in, we have 17 square plus 28 square minus 2 times 17 times 18 times 28 cosine 87. Alright, that gives us 102.1762. 1023.1762. To get b by itself, we take the square root of both sides of the equation. Square root, and that gives us b equals, I'll go back to the calculator, we just take the square root of the answer we just got, and we have 31.9871. So little b is 31.9871. Alright, so now if you notice, we have a complete pair. So we can consider this could be our SSA. So since we have SSA, that means we can now make use of the law of sines, which we couldn't do before. Okay, we have a complete pair and an incomplete pair, like that. Or you can look at it in this orientation, SSA. We have a complete pair and an incomplete pair. So basically we can find either A or C. So let's go ahead and find big A. Alright, so to find big A, we're going to use the law of sines formula. The law of sines formula that we're going to use is sine of big A, which is what we're looking for, over little a, equals sine of big B over little b. Alright, when we carry out our substitution, we're going to have sine of big A, the unknown, divided by little a, which is 17, equals sine of big B, 87, divided by little b, what we just found, 31.9871. To get little a by itself, we'll multiply both sides by 17 to get rid of this denominator here. So that divides out. And when we plug that into the calculator, we're going to have sine A equals 0.5307. And then when we take the inverse sine of both sides of the equation, take the inverse sine of the left and the right side, inverse sine of sine A, and you take the inverse sine of the right side, 0.5307, and then you have big A is approximately 32.0552. Alright, and now we are in the position to find big C. If we want to find big C, if you notice we have two angles. Now, And in order to find the third angle, this is 32.0552, we just simply add the other two and subtract from 180. Alright, so the formula that we're going to use is, let's change the thickness there. The formula is, so we're looking for big C. So it's going to be big C equals 180 minus big B plus big A. Alright, when we carry out the substitution, we're going to have big C equals 180 minus big B, which is 87, plus big A, which is 32.0552. And then that shows us that big C is approximately 60.9448. Alright, so that's basically how we use the law of sines and law of cosines. Now, in order to demonstrate mastery, we would like you to try the following practice problems. You just pause the video, do the problems, and then click on play to see what the answers are. And hopefully you can demonstrate mastery by doing all of them correctly.